In 2024, the most researched word in Google is manifestation. Your thoughts and feelings becomes magnetic impulses. Once we have the positive thoughts, positive feelings like joy, gratitude, abundance. I was having a problem of stammering. I used to stammer a lot. Once they release, once they let go, they understand the beauty of life.
How well you connect law of attraction with science and quantum energy.
For that, we need to understand the quantum science, neuroscience, epigenetics. People think that just I think positive and everything happens. No, you think positive, but what is your identity? Who's confident outside? He's not just confident outside, he's confident inside as well. We have a 5 AM club. We do all these rituals, starting from visualization, affirmations, Ho'oponopono, EFT. Anything that we touch is nothing but a vibration.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Attention India podcast. I'm your host Mohit Manghani and today's episode is all about real transformation. We are diving into mindset, energy and how to attract what we want in life. And helping us unpack it all, we have the one and only Coach Narendra, a TEDx speaker, international coach and mind power expert who's transforming lives across the globe. Coach Narendra, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mari. Thank you for having me.
The pleasure is all ours. And I think let's start off today with something that everyone's heard of, but not everyone really gets.
Yes.
Law of attraction. Tell us about that. If you want to simplify it in the most simplest way, how would you describe it?
Yeah. Firstly, in 2024, the most researched word in Google is manifestation. So people know about manifestation or law of attraction, but they know only on surface. So basically, law of attraction is very deep concept which talks about vibrations and which talks about frequency. So every thought that you create in your mind, it creates an emotion. So every thought has an electrical impulse and every feeling that has a magnetic impulse. So once a thought and feeling, see there are no feelings without any thoughts. So right now you think something and you feel something. When you think about your family, you have some feelings. When you think about your career, you have some feelings. So every thought and feeling generates an electromagnetic signature.
Right.
And once this electromagnetic signature is released, so we are like a magnet. You know what happens when North Pole, South Pole comes, it attracts. So the same thing goes, your thoughts and feelings becomes a magnetic impulses. And then you attract similar things in terms of people, situations, events, circumstances, whatever events which are happening in your life are exactly corresponds to your electromagnetic signature. So once you have the positive thoughts, positive feelings like joy, gratitude, abundance, what you say is people come into your life, they make you feel grateful. You see opportunities, you see events happening in your life, and that clearly says that you are using law of attraction with the help of frequency and vibrations, and you're attracting positive things into your life. Whereas if your vibrations are sad, feeling guilty, feeling negative, feeling low, and that is where you are actually tuning into the lower vibrations. And there people attract diseases, fights, challenges, problems. So we are actually communicating with universe and universe is responding to us with the help of these vibrations. So law of attraction simple statement is what once you change your vibrations, your feelings, your thoughts, your internal world, and then you can change your external world, which is a result of your thoughts and feelings.
So we're like communicating with the universe,
Exactly.
like how we are communicating, right? Where we are getting that feeling out of it. But now that you say this, still a lot of people say, this doesn't work for us.
Yes.
We try the best, but law of attraction somehow we don't connect with. Why do you think that is?
Okay, let me tell you, if you know about law of gravity. So do you think law of gravity works every time? Yes, of course. Because if I keep any object, if I just release it, if you fall down.
Yeah.
Because irrespective, you're from India or you're from Australia, you're from America, maybe you're from poor family or rich family, the law of gravity always works. Whether you know about it, whether you don't know about it, whether you learned something in physics or not, it does not matter. Because law of gravity always works.
Yeah.
Now the same thing goes with law of vibration. But people don't understand it detail because law of attraction works on the quantum science. So what is this quantum field says that everything that we are generating, it is nothing but frequency and vibrations. And remember, people think about having money. People think about having opportunities. But internally, their belief is that there's so much of competition. There's no money and earning money is is difficult. So they are actually thinking about job, but the feeling is lack. Feeling is I don't have enough. There is no enough opportunities outside. So they are thinking something else and they are feeling something else. So, it is like you are going into a particular restaurant and you're ordering first, a burger, and then you say cancel. No, I want pizza. When you cancel, then you order something. So now the chef is, confused. The chef doesn't know what you really want. So people want money, but the belief is that there's world of money. People want opportunities, but the internal belief is there's no enough opportunities outside. There's a lot of competition. People are not good. So the internal beliefs, what you actually ask, you don't attract, but what you are is what you're attracting.
So clarity needs to be there with it.
Lot of clarity needs to be there, and we need to understand the deeper emotions, because every time, most of the time, in a day, they think about competition. There is no enough opportunities. So, and this is feeling, that the feeling is anger, guilt, shame, sadness, and that is what you're attracting. So people always attracting, everything that is happening in your life, you're attracting it. And the thing is that once you start changing the vibrations, you start seeing the changes, because whatever is happening in your life right now, because it is all from, coming from your past data, because, there's so many things happen to release those vibrations, because every vibration has to come back to you. It is like, radio. Once you tune a 98.3 FM, what happens? The song has to play, right?
Right.
But if you are not happy with the song, and if you want to change the song, you just have to tune from 98.3 to 103, and then the frequency changes. But you need patience and you need acceptance. And first you need to understand, yeah, this person is coming into my life. How did I attract this person? How this person came into my life? How this person is responding in this way? So once you understand there is an effect, so there is a cause. And cause is my internal world. It is like you put the seed and then you get the result.
That's
right?
kind of
You put
clear.
the orange and then you get the orange. So it's as simple as that. People make it difficult. Just understand I have to take care of my emotions. I have to take care of my internal communication. Not the words which I'm speaking to you, but internally what I speak to myself. What I have, 24/7, the
Inner communication.
inner communication. Every time you have the inner communication which is negative, which makes you feel that you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough. And that is what you're attracting the situations outside.
Now that you tell me, good sir, I have to ask you, has something, you have experience with any of your students who have kind of implemented this law of attraction
Yes.
technique and got the results that they wanted?
Definitely, I would like to share. So this is a story of one of the person who did her PhD from Osmania University.
Okay.
So the thing is, she is a visually challenged. She can't see, and the parents and the people around her family, they said that you're not good enough. You can't do anything in your life, and it is not possible. So she joined my community in 2020.
COVID time.
Yeah, COVID time. So during COVID time, I was taking online sessions. So she joined in my community and she was completely low and I'm not good enough. I can't do anything. She just did her graduation at that time. So her mindset was, I can't do everything. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. But then we started practicing, we changed her subconscious beliefs. We changed her, a lot of techniques, kind of visualization, affirmations, and, quantum manifestation techniques. That's how she started slowly changing her beliefs, her patterns, her thoughts, her feeling, and most important, her identity has been shifted. And one of the prestigious university called Osmania University from Hyderabad. So it is very difficult for people to complete PhD. Being a visually challenged, she can't see anything. And she is the first person in that university who completed her PhD degree. And now she's working in the same university. And she's working with the cause of, thousands of people who are visually challenged and who wants to get the best results in their life. So Dr. Shanti, her name is. So there are so many stories. People have, come across challenges in relationships, financial problems, debts of almost 5 crores to 6 crores. And once they started following these techniques, manifestation techniques, especially changing their inner beliefs, by using affirmations, by using quantum manifestation, by using different meditations. So it is a very deep process. It is not like just you do one thing and, everything changes. No, it takes time. You have to follow that. It is like you put the seed, apple seed today, and then do you get apple fruit by tomorrow? No, it's not possible. The same thing goes with the law of vibration. Once you start changing your thoughts, your feelings, you start seeing the shift within you. And then you start changes outside. So that girl, she completed her PhD and now she's working in Osmania University and she's making difference in many people's life. So if it is possible for one person, it is possible. And it is my story. I came from a Telangana, very small village, and we have four sisters and we two brothers. And there was time we were not having food to eat. It was a lot of financial challenges. And I was having a problem of stammering. I used to stammer a lot. When was this? It was 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard. And I used to stammer a lot. If people ask me my name, it would I would have to speak. My name is Larry, but I used to take 5 minutes, literally. So it was my life. I had a belief that money is not for me and I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. This is my life. I have to be here. But then I started following my mentors, especially, Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins. We were some international coaches. I took training from them. And then I started understanding what mind can do, what wonders can do. So as a mind expert, I know that anyone who's watching this podcast, whatever problem you have, wherever your life situation is, maybe the problem is in the relationship, the problem is in the career, the problem is in, self-identity or health problem, wherever. Because I have seen people curing from cancer, people curing from, allergies, people use medicines like years. But once they remove the guilt from inside, that anger from inside, that sadness that, they were holding, they were suppressing it.
Release it.
Yes, once they release, once they let go, they understand the beauty of life, So it is our moral responsibility to understand, because no schools, no colleges, no universities are teaching this science, especially, understanding the power of your emotions, power of your beliefs, power of your identity, because that is creating your reality.
And one very interesting thing that you also implement and you teach is how well you connect law of attraction with science and quantum energy.
Exactly.
Two very different worlds, worlds apart. How do these worlds come together?
Exactly. Let me tell you, see, there is science behind everything. If today we are using this camera, this podcast mic, everything, it is working and people are watching from all across the world, there's a science which connects. There's an internet which connects everybody of us. The same thing goes with even in the quantum field also. The quantum field says that there is entire energy. This mic is also energy, you're also energy, I'm also energy. This cup is also energy. Everything as well is energy. And everything has got one vibration. So based on that vibration, we see that particular cup in that particular shape. So right now, whatever I'm thinking, it is nothing but a form of vibration. So there is a quantum science, there is an experiment done, which is called double slit experiment.
Okay.
So in the double slit experiment, they have transformed the electron. So they kept an observing machine. So when observer is there, it was appearing as an electron. But when there is no observation, then there is no one. It was just a wave. So the wave collapsed into particle. The wave collapsed into particle just because of observation. Now imagine there's no one over here in this world now. There's no one over here. Now all these things will not appear as it is right now because the observer make it possible. Now my like Coach Narendra, there are infinite possibilities. But out of all the possibilities, I collapse this reality right now. I'm sitting here in this room talking to you, doing this wonderful podcast. This reality has been possible because you created this reality and I created this reality and we are here together.
So anything.
Yes. We have Bollywood examples, Shah Rukh Khan, and we have people like, Rajamouli, SS Rajamouli. So no one knows about them, some 10 years back, 20 years back, 50 years back. But they have created that thought in their mind and they have seen that one reality. Before even it happened, Bahubali happened in 2020, I think. But the idea of Bahubali was quite earlier. So everything comes from the thought. But reality, you see, whatever you see is not first time. First it created in your mind and then it creates. So everything is vibration. So once you connect to the vibration, once you connect to the frequency, that collapses into particle. But collapse into particle and you see once it becomes a particle, right? So anything in this world is a form of energy. And quantum field proves that if you take any object, if you go deeper, tiny particles you see is atoms. Even in atoms, if you see the nucleus which holds the complete thing, which is just 0.0000001% and 99% is empty space. Even in this cup that you see is 99% empty space. But I can see this because now this is in the particle form, right? So it is all in the form of energy. Right now, whatever reality you want, it is in the form of energy world, in the form of wave, you have to convert into particle. So right now, people who are watching this podcast, they want to manifest health, they want to manifest relationship, they want to manifest money, they want to manifest any career, wherever they want, however they want. It is possible because it is already available in the quantum field. It's already available in the quantum field. We just have to connect to that correct emotions with correct thoughts, with right beliefs, with right identity. And that is where the coach, you need a coach. You need a mentor who guides you and who tells you, where we're making the mistakes. Because a lot of my students who got the results, I personally mentor them. If they have a debt of 6 crores, 8 crores, so they maybe are thinking about only decks, and they keep attracting those situations.
Yeah.
But they have a business, they have a unique skill, they have some unique skill within them. So now you see what you want, you get what you want, you believe that, and you get it. So you need to follow the system, processes, tools, and techniques, and then you get it. So quantum science says one thing. I just want to say with this demo. Now, this is the structure of our brain actually, right?
Very fancy.
So here I'll have. So this is called as something that is neocortex.
Right.
So neocortex, right now, whatever you're thinking, you are thinking something. So neocortex creates the electrical impulse. And once the neocortex starts thinking, it creates electrical impulse, and electrical impulse reaches to limbic brain. So limbic brain, this is the part where you have something that is amygdala. So amygdala is emotional part. So right now you feel happy, you feel tense, you feel angry, you feel sad, whatever you feel, amygdala responds for it.
Okay.
And now every time you have that thought, neurons which are wiring and firing, the chemicals are releasing. So some people, some events which happened 10 years back, but they keep on repeating those things again and again, and they are releasing those chemicals continuously 24/7. The chemicals which are creating that guilt, sadness, and all those things. And that's why, in medical science also says 95% of the diseases are psychosomatic disorders. Psycho means your mind, and someone comes into body. So once this chemical starts releasing, cortisol, adrenaline, these are stress chemicals. They will make your body into fight and flight mechanism. And once this flight and fight mechanism goes on and on. So first neocortex, it started here, and then amygdala, limbic brain, and then comes the cerebellum. Then that becomes your identity. Well, I'm a lazy person. I can't do this. That becomes your identity. And once it becomes identity, they keep on attracting the same situation because throughout the day,
In the loop.
they have the mood. Yes, they go into the loop and they have to break the loop. So for that, we need to understand the quantum science, neuroscience, epigenetics, and there's so many things. It's actually connected. Once you connect the dots, we understand. Just by watching one video or just by reading one book, you can't understand the concept. People think that just I think positive and everything happens. No, you think positive, but what is your identity? What is your beliefs inside about money, about relationships, about yourself? And what do you believe and what do you talk to yourself inside throughout the way? That matters a lot. And that's what you attract, you bring into your life.
It's just like the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more than we.
Yeah. And the example is, I would have not spoken in childhood, 8th standard, people used to ask me my name. I used to take 5 minutes. But recently, 1 month back, I gave TEDx talk, on the platform, a biggest platform in the world. So you started, you created, and you get it in your real body.
Yeah, seen this shift. Yeah, right. So I think before we did dive deeper into all of this, one message to all the fans if they are struggling with manifestation or if they want to really, align with abundance.
Yes.
What would you say? The most simplest habits.
So he do 3 tips, sir. 3 tips. These 3 tips you have to follow. There's no otherwise, because something subconscious mind is like a fertile soil. Fertile soil is ready. All you have to do is just put the right seeds inside. So especially once you get up in the morning, before doing anything, start with gratitude.
Okay.
The moment you stack your leg down from your bed, you just feel the gratitude. Thank you, God, I got one more day. Whatever God you believe, whatever energy you believe, you say thank you so much for one more day. Thank you for, for this new day, because so many people, they are not able to get up, right? So just feel gratitude for everything what you have, and just randomly say gratitude to your body, your organs, your family members, because they're around you, your home. So just say 5 to 10 things gratitude. Then you are actually started creating the positivity, right? And then you start see, anything you want to do on that day, you start seeing that it is already happened. It's already happened. Yes. It's a visualization.
Not happened. It's already happened.
It's already happened. Yes.
Okay.
If you want to go and meet one client, you already met them, and already you got the positive results of that. Anything you have the physical problem, now you are able to walk. Now you are able to enjoy your life. You have that fit and fine body. So see that as it has already happened, because that is where you create the emotions. And emotions are the energy in motion.
Reality
Yeah.
shapers.
Yes. And your body goes into that immersion, that energy you're giving it. And then you're shaping the reality. So first is gratitude, I told you.
Yes.
The second is visualization. In fact, if you just lie down on your bed and just think about, just reality that you want to manifest. See it very clearly. Use all the senses. Touch, taste, smell, see it, feel it, and believe it. Yes. Because your subconscious mind doesn't know whether it is your imagination or whether it is a reality. Because subconscious mind just believes it. And once your visualization is cleared, now this is very important. Sit for meditation for 5 to 10 minutes. Sit for meditation and just calm your mind. Because, just you get out, I will see a foreign, so many faces are coming up, and you are going into the loop of again, I'm not good enough. It's not good enough. So this is where you do meditation, you calm your mind. And then there are subtle techniques like Ho'oponopono, EFT, just practice it and start your day. And start your day like as if you're the already winner. And believe that, it will believe, behave, and become. So now once you believed it, you behave like as if you got the results, as if, you're already manifested that reality. Behave like that because your body is a subconscious mind. Your body believes it. Basically, it is not once the situation happens, once I manifest 1 crore rupees, then I would feel like bachelor.
You already have 1 crore.
You already had 1 crore. You feel that, you believe that, you talk like that, and you take actions like that. And you see manifestation happens.
Right.
So gratitude, visualization, and meditation, this is something which people have to practice every single day.
It's within our reach, actually. It's very easy to do it if once we start doing and understanding where you're coming from.
Yes.
I'm so glad because this so nicely sets up into the mindset work. Because like you said, how much we think and we speak, that kind of shapes the experience we have.
Exactly.
Let's dive into another one of your technique, neuro-linguistic programming.
Yes.
Very fancy name, neuro-linguistic programming. So for all those of us who have never heard or even heard but don't know what it really means,
Yeah.
tell us what it means and how does it help reprogram the mind for success?
Exactly. See, NLP is an advanced science which started from Western world. If you see a coach who's transforming the world, Tony Robbins, he taught these techniques to the billionaires, okay, like Bill Gates, like, the presidents of America, they have learned these techniques called as neuro-linguistic programming. So very simple word. It looks fancy, but it's very simple. Neuro means your neurons. Exactly what name as they take this. Your neurons is all this, neocortex region. So in only human being, there is a 40% brain which is called as prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex. The questions you are thinking right now, everything you're analyzing, you're reasoning it, everything is done by prefrontal cortex.
Okay.
So yes, 40% is this prefrontal cortex. So only human being is the only species in the entire, in the planet that has got 40% of this neocortex and prefrontal cortex. But that means we're able to create any kind of reality that we want.
It's a blessing.
Yes, it's a blessing. This blessing is not there with any other animal, any other creation in this planet. So what NLP states that is, you actually think about your future or past, anything, you're actually firing some neurons.
Right.
Your neurons are triggering it, firing, happening. So immediately wherever the neuron triggers, there's a particular language. Language is your internal language or external language. See, for example, if you see your childhood friend, who's your best friend, you met after 20 years. As soon as you say it, what is the feeling?
Joy.
Wow, joy, love, you just remember everything. Because now it has coming into a language.
Right.
So previously it was in neurons and now it is into a language. Language means again the emotions comes and your internal communication. Wow, who's my friend? Wow, what a nice situation. I met him after 20 years. But if you see somebody who cheated you from 20 years back,
Revenge.
See, it happens in few seconds. So every neuron that fires, there's a language within you. There's an emotion shifting within you. And with that language, you try to communicate with that person with anger or with love, right? So it is like the programming is happening. It's like, we're all like a computers. So the program is running and that's why the person is behaving like that. So if you can change, it's like, you're going into the operating system. You're going into the operating system and changing the programs and rewiring the, neurons, rewiring the neurons. There are some techniques in NLP, like the people who cheated you or who hurt you, when you see them, you usually feel angry, usually feel like you take revenge. But after applying certain NLP techniques, you don't feel like doing it. You just, you just feel happy with yourself. So there are certain techniques in neuro-linguistic programming. It is like how your neurons and language is actually programming your behavior. It is a combination of neurons, which are your thoughts, and your language, internal and as well external. Yes. See, if you see any person who is confident, who is confident outside, he's not just confident outside, he's confident inside as well, right? The neurons he is triggering it. So, what kind of neurons you trigger, what kind of neurons you wire and fire, you are basically creating a program, and this program becoming automatic loop. It's like autopilot mode, and people are living same kind of life. Something happened 10 years back, 5 years back, and they're living the same life. Somebody, who is into a great industry, but then the beliefs are like, this industry is not growing, I'm not in a right place. So that is actually making him weak and is not able to get good results. So NLP changes the old programs and to install new programs, especially some habits people have like smoking, alcohol, drinking, whatever it is. So there's a program which is sitting inside. The person feels that I would like to quit smoking, I would like to quit alcohol. But be given, there's a positive intention behind the behavior.
Right. That's a trigger.
Yeah, that's a trigger. There's an intention, there's a positive intention behind the behavior. So what NLP does is we go inside the subconscious and we rewire the programs, we reset it. And that's where the changes happens quick and easily, because I've seen people who had a stage fear of public speaking, who had the fear of starting their own business, what people will think, what if I lose my money? But once the programs are changed, the life completely change. Because in NLP, we talk about these 3 words, there is something about as deletion, distortion, generalization. Today, they are in the studio. You wake up at morning at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. You might have seen so many people. Do you remember all of them? No. There is so many things are happening in our life, but we hardly remember everything. So we just, even in this moment, 3 lakhs bits of information is coming into your mind right now. 3 lakhs bits. But only 10 bits of information we can remember.
That is
what about others? It is your mind is deleting. So many people are deleting happy memories. The times they spent with their family, the great childhood they had, the kind of luxury they have, within their body. Yes, was a luxury. So they're deleting all the good things and they're seeing only the bad things which are happening.
So we need to filter that.
Yeah, you need to filter. So NLP, what it does is it will take all that good information, come back, to another system. So this deletion, distortion, and generalization. So these are the 3 filters, like, you have water filter at home. So you put the water and when after filtering, the final water comes out. It's a pure water. The same thing. So many things are happening in your life. So many things. In your health, in a relationship. But your filter is working in such a way when it's showing only bad things. Right?
To work on.
Yes, we need to work on this deletion, distort, relation filter. That come what may, yes, my life is going to be the best. Yes, I'm going to be my best. So that's how you convert into positive generation, positive distortion, and deleting negative text. And that is where the NLP comes. And NLP is the science which is being used by all the billionaires, all the industrialists, businessmen to reprogram, to rewire the subconscious mind.
So very interesting science and this filtering part that you tell me. But now that I'm getting to sit with you and chat with you, I'm understanding these filters.
Yes.
There are a lot of people who may not be very familiar with the vocabulary.
Yes.
So in this career of yours, what are those limiting beliefs you have seen people that they have without even them realizing?
Yes. See, basically beliefs are like, the driving force. So whatever is a belief, it is nothing but the one thing, that one statement you repeated continuously again and again, thousands of times. Just imagine a small child who just born. Do you think he has any beliefs? Nothing, because he's a small child now, just grown up, So the child has no beliefs about money, about himself, about his color, anyway. So, but the same child, when he becomes 10 years, 12 years, 50 years, he has got so many beliefs. I'm not good at maths. I'm not good looking. I'm not smart enough. So see, there are so many beliefs we are getting from parents,
atmosphere,
society, teachers, competition, and so many things are there. Now, the biggest problem is that there are very few positive beliefs a child has, people have, but so many negative beliefs. The most important is like, how these beliefs are come up. Think about it. The child goes to school and everybody is good in maths, but this child is not good in maths. Now the teacher comes and says, you are dull. You're not good in maths. You can't do anything. And even parents also say the same thing. Even the society also says the same thing. Now this child believes that I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. This world is not for me. Yes, only math students can crack, success. So now this kind of beliefs keep on coming. So I'm not good enough. Money is not for me. Because other parents, they were very hardworking. So what kind of atmosphere they have seen is, we have to do a lot of hard work whenever money comes. And money doesn't come easily. No, sir. To get money, you have to do a lot of bad things also.
Now so it's even more difficult.
Yeah. So people have this beliefs, and these beliefs are there in their mind. That money is, I can't earn more money, and I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. There's so many bad people. People take advantage of us. And this kind of beliefs are actually attracting those situations around us. If a person believes that people are only cheaters, he will attract only cheaters in those life.
True.
Yes. And if person sees that there is so much of competition, his business is not going to work. Now, see, his beliefs are wrong, right? His beliefs are limiting beliefs. Now, do you see his potential will be very low, and his actions are also low. And what about results? The results will be low. So there is a concept in the neuroscience which is called as placebo effect.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, placebo effect. What placebo effect says is that they take the people. Now this is done in Harvard Medical School. So they took some people randomly, patients, and they said that they gave me sugar pill. They said that this is a medicine. This is the medicine, and you take it.
Right.
So when they took the medicine, they believed that yes, it is a medicine, and they took it, and they got exactly the same results that actually medicine will give them. So it is not, yes, it is not about the medicine, but it is your mind which is making it. So our mind is like a magical, miracle machine.
Right.
That it can create wonders or it can create disasters. In chapter number 6.6 Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says the same thing, that if you can use your mind very well, it can become your best time. But if you don't use your mind very well, then it can become biggest enemy. So basically, NLP or quantum science or law of attraction, what it says is you have to change your mind. You have to move from the negative loop to positive loop. Start changes from simple things, thoughts, feelings, and then your beliefs will change. Because somebody who believes that money is not easy, I can't earn money, I can earn only 30,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees. If you tell him you can earn 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, 1 crore rupees, then for him, oh my God, this is not going to happen for me.
Rejection comes.
Maybe it will happen for Bhumik. Maybe it will happen for Coach Narendra. But not for me. People believe that.
True.
Yes, you can't motivate them, It is once the shift happens in the belief system, the real transformation happens. They see the real different world because you don't see what is there actually. You see what is your belief.
Yeah.
Whereas if your belief is Mumbai is full of traffic, Mumbai is full of cheaters, you see only those people. But if you believe that, yes, Mumbai is for good people, Mumbai is a city of, heart, Mumbai is a city of love, when you see that actually. So you don't see what it is there, but you see what is your beliefs. So that is where the belief comes. And once you change the beliefs, it starts with NLP, it starts with law of attraction. You repeatedly do it. And once you have the belief, belief is like a wall. If you want to move forward, but if your belief is stopping you, you can't move ahead. It is stopping you. So you have to break the belief. You have to create a new empowering belief. Because anything is a lie. Basically, any emotion is a lie, basically, right now. Something gives you happiness initially, the same thing give you pain also. Right?
Right.
So it is not that thing, it is your mind is creating it. So any belief is a false. Right now, Mohit can be, I can earn 5 lakh rupees easily, I can earn 5 crore rupees easily. But once you start believing that, yes, I can earn 5 crore also, then your thoughts will shift.
Yeah.
Then your emotions will shift. Then your identity will shift. Then your actions will shift. Then your potential will shift. When you start attracting people, different people, the big people, because when you have a big goals, you attract big people.
Big things are within your reach.
Yes.
Sky is the limit, as this.
Sky is the limit here.
Do you know, so like you rightly said, if I summarize it, how you visualize it, the kind of inner chat you do and the kind of seed that you plant within yourself is the kind of plant that it grows.
Yes.
So this is about this technique. Now I'm going to dive into another technique, which is personally one of my favorite, which focuses on forgiveness and inner peace.
Yes.
Ho'oponopono.
Exactly.
Very fancy name. Again, I must say, very interesting.
Yes.
So for all those who are new to this, how would you describe this?
Exactly. So now the term is called as Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono.
Yes. It is an Hawaiian word. So this is a very ancient technique which has been used 5,000 years back. Okay.
Wow.
Especially, the era where we had Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna time. So this is a very age-old technique which is practiced only in Hawaiian island. Very few people know about this technique, which is called Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono.
Yes. Ho means making, Ponopono means corrections, rectifying. Now I'll go back to again same childhood, Mohit as a child, exactly 0 years now. You just brought up, then, and see full of smile, full of love. Think about a child when he goes to a room, there's smile everywhere, right? So even you are stressed, even you had a lot of stress from your office, you go to home and you see a small child 1 year, smile comes, right?
Innocence.
Yes. So what we are doing in Ho'oponopono is that actually we are bringing back to our soul original qualities. We are making corrections. There are so many errors happen. So many errors. Because our subconscious mind, it carries so much of data programs from our past lives also. And since childhood, there are so many things which happen, negative events which happen in your life. You felt very angry, you felt very guilty, shameful, some mistakes you have done. All this is there in the subconscious mind. So what Ho'oponopono does is, we are actually rectifying all the errors which are there in the subconscious mind.
And that is possible?
Yes, it is possible. So this is purely meditation technique. It's a prayer-based technique, meditation-based technique, where you sit with yourself, you connect with your inner child who is sitting inside you. That is nothing but your subconscious mind. Basically, the qualities of subconscious mind is peace, love, joy, knowledge, purity. This is the characters of a child of 1 year. Pure, full of love, full of joy, full of passion.
No judgment.
No judgment, right? So we are going back to that through Ho'oponopono. So what Ho'oponopono does is, we are actually rectifying all errors from your subconscious mind. We are rectifying all that mistakes which are happened which is there in the subconscious mind. We are rectifying it by using some prayers. So Ho'oponopono, one of the story I would like to tell. This is a story which happened in 1986. So story of a Dr. Hewlett. So Dr. Hewlett, he was working as a psychologist in Hawaiian mental hospital. So that mental hospital was full of people who are prisoners actually, who did a lot of crimes, rapes, murders. And this is the place where he needs to work, Dr. Hewlett. So his teacher is Nalamaku Siliona. So who taught him this Ho'oponopono techniques? So he went into that hospital. People never used to work in that hospital. People used to just leave that hospital. It was because the environment was so negative. The prisoners, they used to kill other people, doctors and, even psychologists also. What he did is, he used to go everyday hospital, used to lock the office room, and used to take the files of the patients, and he used to see what crime they did. So whatever emotions coming, anger, fear, whatever is coming inside him, he used to heal it. He used to clean the anger, guilt, fear, shame, whatever is happening inside. Once he started healing them also. So within 1 year, the entire mental hospital went, because all the patients became perfectly fine. All those patients who are mental patients, mentally ill prisoners, now they became normal.
Wow.
So all this thing happened within 1 year. So Ho'oponopono is like cleaning, correcting. Because it is, if my spectacles are bad, if my spectacles are black, I see the entire world as black only.
Yeah.
And this is how Hoover in the quantum world also says, you keep attracting those situations, you keep attracting those reality, you keep creating that reality. So now once he started healing himself, cleaning himself, he starts seeing the changes outside. It's like a mirror. You see the mirror is full of dust, mirror is full of black marks. Can you see yourself in the mirror? No. Because you see only dust. But once you clean the mirror, what happens? You see exactly who are you. The same thing. The outer world is a reflection of your own inner self. So once Ho'oponopono, there are 4 beautiful prayers. Okay, I want you to say this prayer.
Okay.
I want you to connect with your inner child.
All right.
Okay. Just keep your hand like this. Okay. And I want you to think about one emotion which is making you feeling sad, feeling angry, any emotion right now. Think about your career, your family, any challenge that you're facing right now. And I want you to say this statement. I take 100% responsibility.
I take 100% responsibility
for whatever I'm feeling right now.
For whatever I'm feeling right now.
I take 100% responsibility.
I take 100% responsibility
for whatever I'm feeling right now.
For whatever I'm feeling right now.
Whether knowingly or unknowingly.
Whether knowingly or unknowingly.
I created this.
I created this.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for creating this.
I'm sorry for creating this.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
But I tell you what happened was now.
I saw the change in my inner self. I don't know. The
Look at
you.
I can't
A little bit. Yeah, it's hard actually. At the last few seconds, I felt that relief. I felt that light.
It happens because we are acknowledging it. You are repenting it. You are saying sorry for it. You're showing gratitude. Yes, thank you for helping me. Because this problem came to my life so that I can heal it.
You take charge of it.
You have to take charge of it. You own it and you take the responsibility for healing this. So any problem which comes to you, it's an opportunity actually. Any problem that comes to you, it's an opportunity to heal your inner self so that you release it. Because you're carrying this memory since many years. In fact, your ancestors also. Because we are carrying those all memories from our DNA.
So we can clean that also.
Yes. If I take you right now, if I take DNA, I get DNA from your parents here. And your parents got the DNA from your grandparents.
Yes.
So we're carrying all those memories. Even your ancestors are also waiting for you to clean these memories. Because they had all these limiting beliefs, challenges. So when we are doing this, we are cleaning it from entire, generations. So this is a wonderful prayer. I have seen people, especially, some of my American clients. So the child was suffering from skin infection. They used all the medicines for 5 years. But they were not getting any effect, The child was feeling very low. She has to go. She needs to go to school every day. And people, used to tease her. So I sit with them parents because she's just 8 years old. We did one-to-one counseling with their parents. They did this. Within 2 months, the skin infection is gone. Because the root cause is not outside, but the root cause is inside. They started healing their painful memories, painful past. And once it happened, we saw the results.
So glad I'm sitting with you right now because now I'm taking more responsibility of what I'm feeling right now.
Exactly.
But for all those who are watching this and who may not get a chance right now to be with you, is there any one habit that you would like to tell them, one learning so that they can inculcate when they are in stress or in a conflict, that open up your own moment?
Yes. 100% I'll be sharing to all the people who are watching this podcast. Thank you for giving them this opportunity. See, whenever you feel very low, whenever you feel there is some emotion which is triggering every time again and again, if like your life partner is not respecting you and you're feeling very angry about him, you're feeling sad about him, you're feeling low about any feeling, whatever comes, first I want you to sit, close your eyes, and you can mentally chant, I take 100% responsibility for this problem, whatever is happening in my life right now. Okay? And you start taking deep breaths. Because by taking deep breaths, there is, something called as SNS, sympathetic nervous system, and there is something called as parasympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic nervous system is fight and flight mode. Right now, you are in angry, you are in sadness, you are in fear zone. So sympathetic nervous system is activated. Right now, you take a deep breath. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. While inhaling, say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for creating this situation.
Really?
Yes, you're taking responsibility. I'm sorry for creating. Unknowingly, I attracted this person in my life. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me and please release this. Again, take a deep breath. Thank you so much for bringing this problem in my life so that I can heal it, so that I can release it. And finally, I love you. Because your inner child needs love.
Assurity.
Your inner child needs love, appreciation. Because we are always looking for appreciation from other people. My wife should appreciate me, my parents should appreciate me, my boss should appreciate me. But no one is appreciating their own self. So it was like when you say, I love you, you're going back to that inner child. And you are actually creating, you are raising all that negativity which is there inside you. You just do for 5 minutes and you will see deep relaxation. Wonderful relaxation happens. So anyone who is watching this podcast right now, just sit and do this for 5 minutes and you see 100% relaxation. In fact, if I take the report of your body right now, okay, after doing this 5 minutes, the cortisol level goes by 43%.
Wow.
Okay, this is a stress hormone. Adrenaline level almost goes low by 40%. And your immune system, which is the immunoglobulins A, the level increases by 130%. 130%. Happiness improves, psyche increases, And that's what we need.
So it's a win-win for all, actually.
Yes.
But I'm going to take this moment to appreciate you right now because I love how the next technique is a quite contrast to this.
Exactly.
This is all about forgiveness, inner peace, and next is about releasing emotions physically. Physical tapping.
Yes, exactly.
Three different contrasts.
Exactly.
Emotional freedom technique.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Let me tell you, see, who are watching this podcast, all these techniques are actually for people who want to release completely. They want to become a new personality. They want to create a new reality. So that's attraction. Yes, law of attraction works at thought level, feeling level. NL2 works at deeper subconscious mind. And Hope will be releasing it from mind. And this EFT is from releasing it from body. Now let me give you an example. See, there is an overhead tank. So water comes from that overhead tank to all the, all the roofs, all the flags. Now imagine there is a lot of pipes are there. Imagine there is a bus sitting inside. So what happens is the water flow is not going to happen. The same thing goes with our body also. What we feel is, I eat food, I eat my lunch and dinner, I eat biryani and I get energy. No, you're not getting energy. You're getting just vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates and all that. But actual energy is the cosmic energy. Cosmic energy that we are getting it right now. So this cosmic energy is being struck because of the negative emotions. Right now, if you're feeling angry about your boss, do you go and shout at him?
Never.
No. It's not possible. If you're angry at your wife or your family members, do you go and shout at them? No. Okay, sometimes maybe, but most of the times no. So we are suppressing these emotions. Now every suppressed emotion is actually sitting inside. There are so many energy centers in our body. So there are 8 energy centers, we call it as chakras, right? So these chakras are getting blockages, and because of the blockages, the energy flow is not happening. And even if you see in your body right now, every organ is like an instrument, is like, a particular electric equipment. Like, for example, heart is like a pump. You see water pump? Water pump has to pump the entire water, correct? So your heart is like a pump. Now, water pump requires electricity. Yes.
Yeah.
Your heart also requires energy, the cosmic energy.
That.
You see, a lot of people are having heart problems nowadays because of stress, because of fear, because heart is not getting that energy. Heart is not getting energy, and even digestive system. Digestive system is like a mixer grinder, right? You eat whatever and it mixes it, grinds it. So even that requires electricity, energy. You can't do the electricity, right?
No.
You can't plug it. Please don't do that. So basically what happens is our body requires energy. Every organ, lungs are, like filters. Kidneys are like filters. Your eyes like a camera, your sound box. We require energy. We require the cosmic energy. But a lot of blockages are burned out. Now we need to clean these blockages. We need to release the blockages. So to release these blockages, we are combining 2 things. One is modern psychology and the second is Chinese acupuncture. So once you combine them both, it becomes EFT, which is called emotional freedom techniques. So emotional freedom techniques is like where you point certain points in your body, you tap certain points. There are 8 meridian points.
Okay.
I'd like to show to all the audience.
Please.
So I wanted you also to show. First one is karate chop.
All right.
So this karate chop we are tapping with this 4 fingers. Okay. Tapping with 4 fingers. Right? This is the karate chop point.
Okay.
Second is eyebrow.
Eyebrow.
Exactly on your eyebrow.
Okay.
Okay. Third is your side of the eye.
All right.
Side of the eye. This is very important point. Next is 4th point is under the eye.
Under the eye.
Under the eye. Exactly. Next is nose.
Okay.
Nose. Okay. Next is chin point under your chin. And the next is collarbone. You see the collarbone over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Collarbone point. And the next is underarm.
All right.
Not exactly under armpit, just 4 fingers below this, underarms. And the next is your head. A lot of points. And now when you tap these points, you are actually releasing all the blockages. All the blockages, you are releasing it. And physical tapping, what it does is, versus there is something called amygdala.
Mm-hmm.
So amygdala is the fear and fight and flight, fight and flight mechanism. So whenever you have fear, whether you want to escape from it, sadness, anger, whatever comes, amygdala responds.
Okay.
Amygdala responds and it brings the fire engine in our body. Immediately your heartbeat changes, your breathing, respiration rate changes, the blood flow changes, the blood pressure changes. Everything happens in quite minutes. It's like, you're sitting here and suddenly there is, a lion comes. We just jump out, right?
Yep.
There's no thinking. There's no thought. So it is as like that, amygdala immediately responds.
Right.
But as of now, there's no line. Right. As of now, there's nothing, That the same mechanism is working because our ancestors used to live in caves. So they make this mechanism that right now we don't need this mechanism. So throughout the way, this mechanism is working. So by tapping, what we are saying to Amandala is all is well. You don't have to worry. All is well. You don't have to worry.
That's the way.
And yes. And by tapping it, immediately you will see 10 minutes. Exactly in 10 minutes, you will see your stress level goes down. Your breathing level becomes normal. Your heartbeat comes to normal. There are hundreds and hundreds of studies, medical studies done in Harvard Business School, Oxford plus University. So many reports are there that by doing this EFT, the stress level goes down, and blood pressure. What are the challenges? There are physical challenges. They goes down. Even I have seen some people who are having allergies since 25 years,
and that has come down.
Yes, they have. It's like they don't have allergy right now.
Oh, they're free of it.
Yes. And people suffering from cancer, post-stage cancer. Because, it is like raising it.
Right.
Right now, if you see people, Cancer Research Institute, they are practicing Ho'oponopono as well as EFT along with medicines. Because they have understood, if you don't forgive, if you don't let go that emotions, if you don't let go that anger, sadness from your body, these medicines are not going to work.
But medicine is something you can still have it individually.
Yes.
But are these techniques something one can learn individually, or they need a coach practitioner for it?
See, initially they need a coach. Initially they need to understand the science behind it. Because, you see a lot of videos either on EFT, Ho'oponopono, but you don't know the science behind it. You don't know what is the philosophy behind this, it is working. Because all these techniques are working on the subconscious mind. And subconscious mind is something which you can't you don't know about it. You know about a lot of conscious things. But deep within you, there is subconscious mind sitting, and subconscious mind is taking a lot of information from everywhere. And subconscious mind has got so many beliefs, thousands of beliefs which are there. And you need to deal with the subconscious mind. For that, initially you need a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You learn the principle, you learn this fundamental, and then you start practicing on your own. We have 5 a.m. club. Every day, like 200 to 300 people comes every day.
5 a.m.
Yes, 5 a.m. club. We have a 5 a.m. club. We do all these rituals. Starting from visualization, affirmations, Ho'oponopono, EFT, and writing our goals and achievements, and manifestations happening like a miracle. Every day one or the other case study, every day one or the other story that inspires me, and it inspires my community to practice this more and more. Because I've seen people curing their cancer, healing their health, healing their relationships, and healing their money problems, and manifestation happens like crazy. So this is someone who needs to understand, love, and learn and practice it.
Coach Saida, after listening to you and these different techniques, one thing that really stands out for me is all these techniques take us back to that one deeper idea, that focus and, your vision is something that shapes your reality.
Yes.
So I think now I have to touch upon one more tool of yours, quantum manifestation. This is a term I heard a lot during physics.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cool. Exactly.
Quantum manifestation. So take us back there. What does it mean exactly?
Sure. So anything, if you see at the quantum level, you understand the science behind it. Okay. So anything that we touch is nothing but a vibration. Anything, take anything in this world is nothing but a vibration. So right now, you are in certain vibrations and you are communicating with universe, like how I'm communicating in English or Hindi or Marathi, right? The same thing, universe understand only your vibrations. So whatever you are vibrating with, that becomes your reality. So people have tested it. I'll tell you one case study, Dr. Joe Dispenza. So Dr. Joe Dispenza, when he was 20s, so he went through an accident. So it was a very severe accident. 8 bones fractured completely of cervical, And the doctor said he will never be able to walk in his lifetime. He will be completely bedridden. And what happens? But he was understanding about, he was basically a neuroscience student. So then he rejected the idea of doctors. He said, no, I'm going to heal myself. So 8 weeks, what he did is he started creating the new reality. That yes, my body is perfectly fine because there is intelligence which is sitting in you right now. And that intelligence knows how to digest your food, how to breathe, when to breathe, and what all systems you need, when you need, the chemical, when you need adrenaline. There is intelligence which is sitting in you and me as well. That knows how to heal. That knows how to heal and how to correct. So we need to communicate with that intelligence. Right now, headache happened, you take some medicine. Something happened, you take some medicine.
Quick solution.
Yes, quick solution we want, but we are not giving that chance to that intelligence. So what we do in quantum manifestation is we connect to from 3D to 5D world. So 5D world where there is only energy. So we do something called deep meditations. Okay, 1 hour, 1.5 hour meditations, where you actually become no body, no mind, no man, no object, nothing. You go to that place where everything exists in the form of energy.
No thoughts at all.
Yes, no thoughts at all. So there is a deep meditation practices. You go to that, because the definite techniques are there. So once you go to that state, everything is in the form of energy, vibrations. Now you see that reality, you collapse that reality into your life. Because now there are hundreds of possibilities what Mohit can do. But hundreds of possibilities are there, course Narendra can do. I can be at anywhere, but right now I'm here. That means I'm collapsing it. I'm collapsing that plate into particle. The same thing goes in quantum field also. So quantum field, where n number of possibilities are there, you can achieve 1 lakh per month, or you can achieve 5 lakhs per month, or you can achieve just 10,000 per month also. There are so many possibilities are there. But what possibility you want? What reality you want to create? What kind of hate do you want to have? What kind of relationships you want to lead? What kind of life you want to, live? So that is where the quantum manifestation comes. So you become that personality to create that personal reality. So what is basically personality means? The way I think, the way I feel, the way I believe, the way I act. That is my personality.
Right.
So my personality, whatever is my personality, I create that personal reality. If I want to change my personal reality, then I have to change my personality.
Wow.
Now, there is a beautiful system again in your mind. There is something called as thinking, doing, and being.
Thinking, doing, and being.
Yes, thinking, doing, and being.
Right.
Just to think about it. Just to think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. And when you do it, and then be it, right? But the wonderful thing is, in quantum field, in quantum science, there is something called as mental rehearsal.
Okay.
Mental rehearsal is done by your prefrontal cortex. So prefrontal cortex, where right now you are here. But right now you are thinking you are with Shah Rukh Khan and you're doing this podcast, and Shah Rukh Khan sitting in front of you and you're asking questions and he's answering it, and we're feeling loud, you're feeling very joyful. It's your experience. By creating that reality right now in your mind, you're actually thinking and being without doing it. Without doing, you're being that way. Yes. And once you take the interview from Bollywood, King Shah Rukh Khan, how do you feel? You'll be in the cloud now, yeah? So the same thing is happening right now in your body, because your body doesn't know. And you're going into that being filled. Create it again and again, again and again, again and again, again and again. Now your body starts becoming near. This is something called a synaptic pruning. So old personality, lazy, more waking up on time, not taking any actions. But now new behavior is what? Where I'm taking actions, I'm getting up early, I'm active. So now you're creating new neural patterns. You're doing mental rehearsal.
Right.
And then your body is becoming that. Your body is creating that hormones, that chemicals that are needed for action. Your body is creating in a better way. So that is where the quantum manifestation comes. You can create anything that you want. And right now, what we live in this universe is multidimensional. So there is another universe where Mohit is doing something else. You have to, yes, he's a billionaire. Yes, he's a billionaire, he's an actor, he's a great anchor. So now you have to just build that reality over here. Right? You have to become the personality, because we're living in the vibrational universe. This universe only responds to your vibrations. Right? So vibrations, how can you affect that quantum field? That anything which is possible in the quantum field, in the vibrational field. So become that and break that into reality. That is where the quantum manifestation comes.
And I think it's not just about vibration, there's also heart-brain coherence
Yes.
that influence manifestation.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I'd like to tell you about California Institute. See, everywhere I'm talking about science again and again, because people don't understand the science. People think this is a buzzing word, law of attraction, quantum manifestation, sit into it. No, it is not like that. So this California Institute, HeartMath Institute. So HeartMath Institute, what they're doing is they're studying the science behind how this is working. So when people are doing this meditation, people are doing this visualization, people are doing the technique called as heart-brain coherence. If I ask you one thing, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, from where it is coming out? It is coming from your mind. But that is wrong. It is coming from your heart. It's coming from your heart. People doesn't know it. Yes, it's coming from your heart, because heart is actually more powerful than your brain. Yes. So this institute, HeartMath Institute, which actually clearly said when you start practicing it, once, there are some techniques. We do something called as heart coherence. Coherence is very simple word. You go to any music orchestra, there are some 10 people who are playing music, but everybody is playing different music. Do you enjoy that? No, not at all. We don't enjoy it. But when everyone is in sync, when everyone is playing the same music, we feel like listening it. Now, the same thing is happening inside our body also. You're thinking something else and you're feeling something else.
The gap is there.
Yeah, feeling of lack, feeling of, negative feelings. So many are there, right? So what HeartMath Institute does is you create that. First, you focus on your heart, start taking deep breaths, and you fill your heart with love, gratitude, compassion, love towards yourself. And once your heart comes in a rhythm, once your heart knows how to feel, your heart will send signal to brain. Your heart is going to send signal to brain.
Right.
You see, the day you are very happy, you're feeling full of love, you go outside, there you are attracting, but you're not feeling anything.
Doesn't affect you.
Yes, somebody comes and shouts at you, it doesn't affect you because that day your heart is in the right vibration. So HeartMath Institute, they have done the research that your heart is also going into different ways. And based on that, your brain is also going into different ways. Right now, you're talking to me, you're thinking and all those things are happening. You're in the beta state.
Right.
So beta level is where your brain is thinking very fast. Then once you do this heart coherence for 5 minutes every day, your brain goes into alpha state. And alpha state, and when you go into theta state. Theta state is where manifestation happens quickly.
Oh, I have to jump that.
Yes. So alpha state and theta state, you go to that. So this is possible only when we do heart brain coherence.
I love how you make it sound so simple actually, and maybe it is because for people who are not really familiar in implementing those daily, they may find this terms little alien.
Yes.
But I think now that you tell me all this, I think it is achievable. The sky is the limit is actually
yes,
it's true to believe it.
It's true. So, and you need to understand the science behind it. See, people say that you get up at 5 a.m., you get up at 4 a.m. and do all these rituals. There's a science behind it. Early morning when you wake up at 5 a.m., actually your body is ready for alpha theta state naturally.
Alpha theta state.
Alpha theta state. Yes, alpha theta state is more for manifestation. So it is very easy. You sit and you can just go into alpha theta state.
A subconscious mind is more active when you wake up the first couple of minutes.
Exactly. And there is a 5 a.m. where your subconscious mind is very active, receptive, and there is no conscious mind comes into play. Because otherwise your conscious mind says, "No, you don't have all the skills, tasks come into it." At the same time, it sees its conscious mind knows the reality. So right now you are earning 1 lakh rupees per month. How can you earn 1 crore? It's not possible. Conscious mind is like a watchman. Watchman just sees whether you belong to this building or not.
Whether you feel entered yet or not.
Yes, exactly. Whether you enter or not. So when the conscious mind is not there, your subconscious mind is alert. You do this. And in the early morning, dopamine level, once you start gratitude, the dopamine shoots up. You're in the alpha theta state, where this can directly go into operating system. And heart brain coherence and all these techniques are really, really powerful. Once you start doing it, you start seeing the differences immediately.
I think if we dive deep into this, we'll have to have another podcast into this. But I think before we wrap this, if you have to tell all the people watching, what is that one daily go-to ritual of quantum manifestation or something, one daily habit that keeps you aligned and manifesting?
Yes.
You put that.
See, I'll tell you one thing to all the people who are watching this podcast, that your life is in your hands. No matter wherever you are right now, no matter what challenges you have, health related, career, relationship, or whatever. The problem is not outside, the problem is within me. First, I have to take responsibility. Then this is coming from my subconscious mind and I have to heal this right now. So first take responsibility and create one ritual. So take one good notebook. So once every day morning, you start writing some gratitude statements about yourself, about your health, about your relationships, and start really feeling that gratitude, because that is the only way you bring love into your heart. And there you are doing heart-brain coherence also. And sit with yourself and see what are the negative statements that you say to yourself every day. I'm not good enough. I'm not good looking. I have overweight. My personality is not good. I'm not able to attract success. So now you have to just change the statements. Exactly opposite.
You're already there.
Yeah, we are already there. And I'm in perfect weight. I'm enjoying my body weight. I'm in perfect healthy state. Right now, I'm enjoying my life. I have a wonderful family. So write as an affirmation. So don't take ready-made affirmations from Google or ChatGPT. So I want you to take the affirmations what you feel. What is your internal self-talk which is happening? So convert that into a positive affirmation because that becomes your belief slowly. Because you keep repeating those affirmation, that becomes a belief. And every day before sleeping, you write your victory journal. And victory journal is something like whatever good things happen. Today I met Mohit and we had a wonderful podcast. We were able to reach so many people. It's a good thing happened. And today, I woke up, I saw my family, I played with my children. So there are so many things, good things are happening in your life. So you write it down. So let your subconscious mind feel that yes, you are a winner. You're not a victim. You're a winner. You can achieve it. It is possible. So once you start your subconscious mind, you start handling it. You tell something to a child. First time he never listens. Second time also he never listens. But you keep on saying it with love, with compassion, with joy. And then the child start listening to you. The same thing goes with our subconscious mind. So don't change at conscious level, bring the changes at subconscious level. Because transformation happens in the subconscious mind. So whatever right now your vibrations are very low, but slowly you bring the vibrations up. And it's like, my hand is here. So now things, situations, events will make me feel low. But consciously now I have to bring the hands up. Consciously I have to change my vibrations. So one step at a time.
One step at
One thought at a time. Talk to yourself with love. Be compassionate with yourself. No matter wherever you are, your life is going to shift 360 degree. And we have examples and example. So my community, so many people in my community, every day they share the stories by which I can understand. I get motivation to help more and more people with this science, with this knowledge, with this understanding. I'm sure people who are watching it, please practice one technique, that is Ho'oponopono, EFT, and please transform your life.
Such an amazing deep dive, Coach Narendra, from manifesting to energy. You've touched upon everything. You've connected it so beautifully. Thank you once again for your time and patience. I'm sure not just me, everyone has a rich takeaway from it.
Exactly.
Hopefully next time we get to dive into this a little more deeper. But thank you once again.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And just say to yourself, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And keep loving yourself and keep manifesting your miracles and goals, whatever you have.
I love you. If you enjoyed this episode of Attention India podcast, do share it with your loved ones. Till next time, keep glowing, stay grateful, and keep your frequency high. Thank you.